This meeting is being recorded.
I'm gonna be.
All right, so we're getting to now. So what we're going to do now is both.
Oh, thank you. All right, so today we're going to be talking about getting motivated. So we're going to start off with ready, set, motivate.
All right. Sorry about the
We're
noise.
so happy to see you.
Hi, everyone. Long time no see. Nice to see you guys. Nice to have my camera on. Nice that you guys have your cameras on or not. Just that you're here is great. Awesome. I'm going to be sharing today about motivate. Earlier, I was totally making a song. I was like, motivate. Anyways, I'm not going to do that here, but it really did help me to get hyped up about sharing about motivate. So motivate is the encouraging blend. As we all know, doTERRA has single blends, which are just that one essential oil. And they also have, they have single oils, which is just the essential oil. And then they have a blends of oils, which are a combination of oils that work synergistically together to give us a added benefit in a certain area. So this one in particular is the encouraging blend, and it is the oil of motivation. So it's motivating, it's energizing, and it helps instill belief within you again. So really this oil's focus is to help propel us in our lives in the direction of creativity and purpose, and to really help find that and or foster that again within us. So as we can see, there are the key ingredients for this essential oil: peppermint, clementine, coriander, basil, yuzu, melissa, rosemary, and vanilla bean absolute. So we're going to go in a little bit more about what those essential oils each do here on the next slide. So this is a great way, I feel like, to start to learn about what the blend really does, and to have, for me, like more respect for what the blend does. I'll be honest, at first, Motivate was not my go-to oil, which maybe meant that I needed it. I don't know. I wasn't very fond of the smell, but as I started using it more and more in the office, or just in like when I needed that extra focus or that extra stimulation, I started to really like it more and more over the time. Personally, I like to use it topically the most, more than I do diffusing it. Sorry, I'm puppy sitting right now, so that's the background noise. But I'm going to focus. Okay, so going through these essential oil ingredients in this blend, we have peppermint. We know that peppermint is very uplifting. It is a minty oil. It helps promote clear breathing. We also have in there clementine or clementine peel. This is a citrus oil, so it's very energizing and uplifting for the mood. I did also put that little sun, not emoji, but that little sun graphic right there, just as a reminder for us that citrus oils, you want to avoid being out in sunlight up to 12 hours. So we'll talk about more about where to put it on to avoid exposure to the sun if you're going to be using it and going out for the day. But that's just a nice reminder. Citrus oils are photosensitive, so we just want to be careful when we're going out in the sun. Yeah, and then they're also very much so like the sun in that they're very energizing and uplifting for our mood. So that's what's really great about this essential oil blend with a lot of mints and citruses in it. Going on, coriander provides a lot of, antioxidant and anti-inflammatory benefits to your body. And then it also is a digestive stimulant. Vanilla bean absolute is in there. It helps ease tension, relaxes the nerves. We also have basil, also helping to relieve feelings of tension and mental fatigue. Melissa leaf, we've learned about that guy a lot, and very powerful essential oil. Really helps to promote feelings of calmness, reduce nervousness. It's an antidepressant and it's very restorative as an essential oil. And then we have yuzu peel, which is uplifting and refreshing. Rosemary I love, especially for memory and focus. So this one I love diffusing in the office with a combination of like a mint oil or a citrus oil, which you get here in Motivate. So rosemary, another powerful one. And then fractionated coconut oil is only going to be found in the roller blend as it's a touch. So it has the Motivate essential oils along with fractionated coconut oil, which we know helps to increase the distribution of the essential oil on our skin and also decrease skin sensitivity. And I'm going to be just put this dog outside one moment.
I want to see the puppy.
Oh my gosh, you don't. I will show the puppy later. I'm just like, moms are amazing. You guys are all amazing. I'm puppy sitting. Yeah. Okay, next slide. So the top uses for this essential oil, as we kind of talked about with the ingredients, you can already see that it's a very more so an uplifting blend, one to really help you to feel encouraged in getting what you need to do done. So one of its top uses is going to be to help with confidence, boost courage or motivation. So when you're using that, you can diffuse it in a diffuser. You could add it, use it topically as well. So under the nose, on the forehead, back of neck, or on your chest. Personally, for me, my favorite places are wrist and behind my neck usually. And then if I know I'm going to be out and about, I'll put it along my spine so that it's covered by my clothing. It's also really great for if you're feeling confused or overwhelmed, mental fatigue and exhaustion, depletion and stagnation. So really just helping us to reignite what we have already within us, but that may just need an extra push to help us propel ourselves in the direction that we're trying to go to, or that we are going to. It's also helpful for depression. You can diffuse it or apply it on the chest, forehead, and back of neck. Physical exhaustion, this is also helpful for that. So you can apply to like the bottoms of your feet, or maybe as a pre-workout that you could incorporate that into the pre-workout routine. Also supportive for digestive issues, which I wasn't on the top of my head, but then when you look at the ingredients, you can see how it can be supportive for digestive issues as well. And then aches and pains. So this one, again, looking back to the ingredients, we can see how it is really helpful for aches and pains. So you can use it to the area of concern. And then another thing I read about another way to use it is for asthma and bronchitis. It can be helpful to help open up your respiratory system. And then also I think like emotionally providing comfort or that courage or that confidence that you need to get through whatever you're feeling too. So that's something that's really nice about the oil as well. All right. Next slide. Believe in yourself. This oil is here to help you do what you know you can do or that you have in your heart, that you want to propel yourself forward. This essential oil can really help you do that. And I think Motivate isn't like one that I use every morning, but it is one that I'll use when I feel like I need an extra push. And it is one that I always have in my bag with me. I still carry around a backpack. And I think creating those moments, like in the morning for me, I use peppermint and orange, classic. That's my like inhale of the morning, but creating those, even that 5 seconds or that 10 seconds just for yourself to help initiate yourself into the day. Okay, I'm ready, I'm moving forward, I'm going. That is a really important thing for us. So Motivate is a great essential oil to incorporate into your life. And it's also great if you want to help maybe encourage those around you and create that environment for focus, concentration, and just upliftment for what you're trying to do. Okay, I'm going to end with a quick sentence from my favorite book, The Emotions and Essential Oils. And it is this: Motivate fosters confidence to follow through with one's creative inspirations and intentions. It imbues a warrior-like spirit and strengthens individuals to face adversities and challenges. Instead of remaining paralyzed by these feelings, this blend launches individuals into positive action. It confidently reassures that they do have the courage needed to face another day. Yeah, so if you have anyone in mind, or if you feel like you need that extra boost, Motivate is the one, because we all know that we need that sometimes. Thank you for listening.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was such amazing information. Miley said, love Motivate, put it on every day at work. It's on my desk. I should have put it on daily during the summer. Liza, I love Motivate too. Kate, it's a great blend. No idea it had Melissa and Basil. Me neither. Need to use it more often. Me too. I never use it. I love your education on this blend. I love it even more now. So much great info. Yeah, that was amazing. So it is perfect for us that as we get into out of summer, excuse me, and into getting back to school and all of that jazz. People were lots of traveling and things like that. Oh, you should be a teacher. That's it in the chat. You can, there's lots of people you could talk to. We could get you doing that. Like tomorrow, there's jobs. So I know it's kind of been a summer slump for myself and maybe some of you. So there's been a lot of really good podcasts and PDs that have been offered through different channels in our network that have been talking about getting motivated and what you can do to kind of relaunch or launch or just get back in the groove of things. So we're going to talk about that tonight. If you have a little, sticky notes or pad of paper, or you want to just do the little activities in your head, however you want to do it. But we're going to talk about each thing, and then I'm going to have a couple questions for us to think about in between. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is building your network. So finding and utilizing your mentor. So having an accountability partner is so important in this business or just in life, and having time that you actually talk to that person or text with that person, or just being held accountable with that person. Even like when you work out with somebody else, it makes it better. So finding somebody that you can lean on and work with in this business is super important. And most of us have an accountability partner, but it's always important to make sure that you're having time to actually check in with them. And don't be afraid to share. So sharing on social media, sharing with strangers, sharing with friends who you think might not be into oils, just share. So, you don't have to post every day, but putting out ways that you use your oils in everyday ways, because that interests people. If somebody sees something you made or you did, and they're like, oh, that looks interesting, I want to try that. It's just another way to get out there and get people seeing what you're interested in, what these oils can do in supplements. Always continue to add to and revisit your names list. I'm not good at this, but whenever I go to mine, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that person, or I really need to connect with that person again. Always going back to that names list, and however you have it, if it's written out, if it's in something that you've typed, and adding to it, because we're always, meeting new people and finding new networks, and it's important to add to that list. And then finally, which Sherilyn had talked about, is building a niche. So knowing your audience and focusing your topic. So we don't have to be jacks of every trade. We don't have to know everything about oils. We don't have to know like we can go to our books, right, to find out. But it's really nice to have something that you know a lot about in this business, so that, you might, for example, have moms as your niche or niche, however you say it. You say tomato, I say tomato. So basically, if that was your group, it's because you have a lot of moms around you and you have young kids, maybe, or a bunch of kids that have different sports, and you're talking to lots of moms and you think about their top needs. So usually it's sleep, their kids' health, and stress. And you build specific kits based on those needs. So you're not, talking about every single thing that they might need, but you're sharing these certain things, just like how we did the kids class last night. That was really successful. And we really just focused on kids' health, the kids kit, and then looking at like the supplements that you might use for your kids. So, and then building a kit from those different things. Sharing on social media about those specific products, teaching classes focused on those needs, and then once they're hooked in, slowly introducing them to other things that they would benefit from. So really building something that you're interested in. Sherlyn was did all of the stuff on women and mental health. That's where she has learned and educated herself in that way, and knows a lot about it. So she's really playing into that and being able to build a network around that. So think about or write down who's your mentor or mentee. Maybe you have more than one. When was the last time you connected? And what is your niche, or what would you want it to be? What's something that you're interested in, or you feel like you want to learn more about or know a lot about already? And if anyone wants to share in the chat, they can, but you don't have to. And I'm going to give you about 30 more seconds. So Liza says, I don't have a mentor, but I do crossline calls and need to schedule some for accountability and support. Moms and teachers. I meet with Liza every week and definitely helps keep me consistent moving forward. I agree. Totally believe this has been the key to our success. Broadening it. Yeah, I know. Getting more different things that you're interested in or that you can pull people in with. All right. So taking care of your customers is step 2. So you've got people enrolled. What are you doing to support them and your sharers? So appreciating those who consistently contribute to your paycheck, that I thought was a really good one. So, people who are like your diehards always have their LRP. You don't ever have to, contact them and say, oh, you're like, if you do 5 more, you'll get free shipping. They just love the product, use it religiously, and them doing that contributes to your paycheck. So giving back to them in whatever way you want. Thank you note, give them something they haven't tried. Like today I was in one of my ladies looking in there, seeing what she's bought, and she had a bunch of the kids rollers, but one that I noticed she'd never purchased yet. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll give her that. So I just added it on to hers or told her to add it on to hers, and then gave her the money back. So doing, little things like that, or just a thank you note, we don't ever do that, or a thank you text even. Asking people to host a party in person or via Zoom, you doing the presenting and work for those first times, if it's a sharer or if it's a customer, just having them host. That's, we're getting back to people having get-togethers and stuff. That's a really great way to get people, you know, teach them more about products. So not just people who you want to enroll, but customers that you have that maybe haven't been active or, haven't been doing an LRP, getting them interested in other things that doTERRA has. And then this was cute, an oil tune-up. So it's a one-on-one for someone who's been with you a while, but is either inactive or hasn't really been purchasing the last few months. So just calling them and asking, would you like an oil tune-up? We can check in and see what your needs are, and I can support you in that way. And then all the things that we do, game nights, challenges, wellness weeks, giveaways, we do a lot of these things in our community. So it's all about taking care of our customers and sharers and helping them to stay connected to doTERRA. What's one thing you're willing to do in the next 30 days to take care of your team or your customers? It can be something from the list, or it can be something else that you've been thinking about doing. Yeah, I need to ask people to host classes more often too. And a reminder, there's a back to school make and take this Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m. I think it's just inviting people too, like just getting it out there right before, even because people are so busy, they forget. If you told them a week ahead, they're like, huh, that's, oh my God, that's this Sunday. It's a reminder to them. And I know we're all busy, but I think that helps to really just invite. Personally following up with customers 2 a day. That's a great goal. Okay, and then inviting with power. So instead of inviting to a meeting, I thought this was really important. You invite to an event, a class, an open house, a spa night, an aroma touch event. No one wants to go to another meeting. I guarantee it. I totally agree with that, especially as we get back into school. And instead of asking people to join or sign up with doTERRA, you pose it in different ways. Like, would it be okay if I showed you how to use natural solutions to support your gut health or your child's health or your knee pain? Or are you open to learning about natural solutions? Because when you pose it like that, people are going to necessarily say no. It's harder to say no to that. And then creating an experience before the event so people will actually show up. So even like posting about products that might be talked about or what the event is about for 3 days prior to it, so that people are like, oh, I wonder what this is all about, instead of just the invitation, getting them more interested in what it's going to be about. And then also, of course, personally inviting through text or calling, that's supposed to say. And then continuing education. There was a cute idea. There's a punch card. So like if you get 5 punches, 1 per event, you either in person or online, you get some kind of goodie. So we do so many things monthly. So if you show up to a Wednesday meeting, you got a punch. If you showed up to the kids class, you got a punch. If you go to the make and take, you got a punch. And then once you get however many punches you thought of, then you give them a little something. I thought that was cute. And then along with the continuing education, our weekly calls that we have, making sure you're in our FB group. And then there's a bunch of really good places to get education. Justin's webinars, which I'm sure you've all have gone to before. Visionary Leaders, which is our upline, has a ton of really great education, and it's all recorded and available on their website. And then I like to to listen to these podcasts, which is essential oil solutions and empowered success. Like, when I'm getting ready in the morning, or I have to drive downtown now. So I've been listening to it on my way to work in the morning. Lots of really good ideas. And I'm a learner, so these kind of things fuel me and make me happy. So I think you should do it too. So think about or write down what's one thing you're willing to do in the next 30 days to learn something new. Where can you go? And if you forget, I'm going like this so that you can see some ideas. So hold on, let me unshare this. Today, I hope you got a few ideas that would motivate you going into the next month. It can be overwhelming sometimes. I know I get overwhelmed with just all of the different parts of my life, but building a schedule helps me so that I can kind of devote certain time slots to doing the business, and making goals or setting goals for 30-day time periods. Like it's hard for me to go completely, although one of my things is futuristic, one of my like top things, and I'm actually surprised at that when that came up. I was like, really? Because I get overwhelmed when I think of like big picture, but I like to do monthly things. I'm a checklist kind of person. I get it done and I feel good, and then I can move on to the next. So I'm definitely going to take some of these things that I learned in the last month as I was listening and reading and podcasting, and hopefully it will help me, and I'll see the difference in the next couple of months. Does anybody have anything to share or questions, or have a goal they want to share out loud? Kate says, I need to get back into my routines of podcasts while I get ready in the morning. I'm going to start tomorrow. Yay. Good goal. Cam says, I need to listen to more podcasts. Yeah, it's super simple way to learn. I also like to listen to this scary mystery one. No, I'm just kidding. So sometimes I get sidetracked, but Nicole's going to check out more of Justin's webinars. They're really good. I get a lot out of those. And Cheryl says she's going to go back to her gym. Is that Roan Recordings to learn something new?
The thing about the
Awesome.
Justin's webinars though is that you have to watch them within like, I think it's like 48 or 72 hours, and then they disappear. So
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
tricky thing about those.
They've been bad the last month about like taking them down. So it's been up there for a while, unless they just took it down recently. But yeah, that is one thing. The visionary leaders ones are really nice because they're there all the time.
There really is no lack of education. If you're
No.
really wanting, I mean, there is more education than you could possibly want for both business and
Mhm.
business and products. That's the reality, but just making that a priority.
Right. All right. Does anybody have anything else before we sign off?
I would really love to hear. That was so good, Amanda. Like, I needed that. And I actually would love if you could take screenshots of those and stick them in both the business group and the or if you stick it in like the business builders Facebook group, I can copy them and stick them in the WhatsApp. So I think those would be great for us to just have. And I would love to hear from everybody that's on the call if they're willing to. Like, I mean, we're just, you know, if we're all just being real, I know that this month has been like super just summer vibes for me. And I always work in some capacity. I'm pretty good about DMO, but like going above and beyond and really executing like these bigger ideas that I have that I want to really do to grow my business, I've just been really stagnant with. So there's a lot of things I want to do, but if I was going to choose one thing, it would be connecting with my customers on a personal level, like actually picking up the phone and calling them. If they don't answer, leaving them a message, saying hi, thanking them, not really with like, call me back if you want, if you need anything. And coupled with asking more people to share or host classes, you know, to connect, to really be of service, but also be like, hey, also, you know, and Amanda, I think last night really was inspiring for me to teach that class with you with the kids in essential oils, because it was such a hit. And being able to offer specialty classes to people, you know, for their interests. So, you know, like an essential oil 101 class could kind of be like blah, but like, you know, if I know a little bit more about them, helping to target. So yeah, somebody else, come on.
I can go. I think one of the things I wanted to share is, first you gotta like sit down and get yourself organized. I felt like because summer was so crazy, like I really sat down on Sunday and one, clean up, right? Just like the paperwork stuff, but also just sit down and plan, like, what are your goals? Like, where am I headed? What do I need to do? And being more intentional and like getting back in gear. But I agree, like Jai and I are really good at like really reaching out to our customers, and I felt like this summer we kind of slacked off. So that's what I just talked with my two builders this week, is about like reaching out to, checking in on their current customers, and then reaching out to new people. Yeah, but like I actually blocked off time, like 1 hour a day, to focus on doTERRA. I wish I could give more, but right now it's start of school and all of that. It's like, if I can do 1 hour, that's amazing, right?
But if you're
So
doing
that's
1
my thing.
hour of focused income producing action,
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a lot. It really is a lot. So yeah.
And I agree with you, Liza, like when I'm reaching out, like checking in too, if they have anybody that they could refer, or if they want to, you know, host a class or share, you know, like kind of like not only checking on them, but also inviting them for to help support. Yeah. I think that's mine.
I need to get organized. I feel like I have lists all over and ideas all over, and I need to like get them really organized and focused.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
also
what
I know what I wanted to say too about the supporting customers. It's like we work so hard for enrollment, and if people get enrolled and we just let them fall to the wayside, like why don't we work as hard with supporting them as we do trying to get them to say yes to the enrollment, you know?
Right. Right.
Yeah,
My
I
mom said
definitely.
she's gonna send out a handwritten note each day starting August 1st, include a coupon for purchasing on their account.
That's cute.
If you did one a day, one note a day to a customer. I suck at mail on all levels, so this is a bad idea for me, but I think that's amazing. Like, how happy would somebody get, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I want to focus like you too on the hosting and then seeing if other people will host. I really haven't done that in a long time. So I'm going to do that and then check in on my ones who haven't been active or aren't on LRP and see how I can support them. That's my goal. Anybody else want to share their goal?
I'll share. I obviously haven't been as president before and like stepped down from my position, blah, 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 etc. But I still love using doTERRA products. And this is the puppy.
Yeah.
We could use some lavender. But I want to be better about posting on my personal social media, just the ways that I use them, not necessarily like, hey, do you want to buy peppermint? But every morning, just showing peppermint and orange or peppermint and another citrus, or how you can use them and stuff, because that's really been an easy way for people to engage with and or connect with you if they already, a lot of people already use doTERRA and then they see that you use doTERRA and they're like, oh, cool, that's another person I could talk to, or if I have questions about. And then I do have a lot of extra oils, as I'm sure we do. So sometimes people come to mind that I want to send things to, and I just don't do it because I am lean on the side with Liza with the mail thing. I don't really like mail situations, but I'm getting better at it. So maybe, you know, if I think of somebody, just sending that to them like, hey, I thought of you, maybe peppermint can help with X, Y, and Z and stuff like that too. So those will be my goals for August. So if nobody sees anything posted on my social media, then you know I didn't do it. But you should see me actually do it, because that's one way I feel like I could kind of get back into things, into like a flow with doTERRA. So there's mine.
I wanted to like jump off of Aisha too. Like I've been super intentional the last couple of days. Yeah, Liza, I mean, I've been like just putting something in my story, like, but it's real stuff. And I feel like people are interacting. And I actually got like my cousin just reached out. I just posted a picture of like our supplements that we take and just like on the daily, I don't know what I put. And it's like all of a sudden I'm getting a text like, cousin, I need all of that, you know? And so I've been trying to be more intentional of like what I use on a daily now. So like I find myself taking a picture every day at work and just putting it and just hoping that I'm thinking people will start seeing and one day they'll ask, right? But if I don't post it, like I was depending on Jai, right? And he's like all over the place right now. So but I feel like if I can do it, it doesn't take long, right? Aisha, it's like real, right? It's not,
Yeah,
it's like
you
real
can kind of feel
stuff.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. And then sometimes I overthink things, so then just post it, like you said, boom.
Yeah, just post it. It's like,
Yeah.
and they know it's me and they probably laugh too, but oh well.
The other thing too is like, even with like Miley's power hour, like if you're feeling like you can't even do a power hour, make a power 15 minutes. Everybody can take 15 minutes out of their scroll. Everybody has 15 minutes that they can give. I know I have way more than 15 minutes I can give, you know, and then just be like, time block it though. That's the other thing. Or if you're really good, like about a routine, you know, build that into your routine. But I know for myself now, it's not just enough to time block. I need to say in that time block what the action items I'm going to accomplish are, besides like just my regular DMO, you know. Yeah, I had a rude awakening today. It was my first day of real work. Like I've worked, but like not a 7:45 to 2:45 all day work day. And I'm freaking tired. And I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be my reality. Like I gotta get back in action. And I'm actually looking forward to a little bit more structure in my life, because I really thrive on structure. And if I have less time, I know that I'm gonna have to be more intentional with that time. You know, that's how I built this business, working full time and all the things. So anybody else? I'm just rambling, but I really needed this call, like so badly. So I'm really grateful for everyone sharing.
I want to share. I'm going to actually start a YouTube channel, and then I'm going to be putting together my like it's sort of like a Shopify store. I'm trying to mimic things that Janet Rourke and Karen Hudson are doing. They have, you know, thriving businesses with doTERRA. So and they're micro niching down to get more customers, but they also have their offline business, right? So they're Karen Hudson has she concentrates on women who have menopause and perimenopause. And so she has that whole segment of people or women that are, you know, she takes them through how to get their bodies back in shape, or, you know, figuring that out, not just using supplements, but also working with doctors and therapists and whatever they need to do. So that's another thing for me. It's like, I don't have that day-to-day interaction with people. So I do need to get really clear about how I'm going to expand the business. And so my opportunities of meeting people are really on a day-to-day basis are really limited. So that's the only reason why I'm pushing myself to do my YouTube channel. And I'm micro niching down to women who are primarily moms who have depression and are looking to have joy in their life. And I'm going to be demonstrating those kinds of things. And so just wanted to share that.
Awesome. I can't wait to see your first YouTube video. I'm going to subscribe.
I'm going to make all of you guys subscribe for me so I can, you can only monetize after you hit so many views, you know, or so many hours of views and stuff. But we'll see how this goes. So thank you, Amanda.
All right. So like Liza said earlier, we have, I think Sunday, is it Sunday or Saturday that's the make and take?
It's Saturday from 3 to 5 at Friends and Fair, and I've created a public event on Facebook. There's graphics that I think I dropped into the chat. Really, it comes down to inviting you guys. So I'm really hoping, you know, we had a customer appreciation event earlier in the summer that really was a bomb. Nobody showed up, and it comes down to inviting. So if everyone could make a concerted effort. Those of you on Oahu too, Cami and Jen, I will be there August 19th through 21st, and there is an event on August 20th in down by Shucks, like Hawaii Kai side, which I'm going to be in Waikiki, but Hawaii Kai side with some other crossline teams from Hawaii. So if you want to connect with me, come to that event, invite people to that event, or even get together with me during that weekend, let me know. I've always said this, I will come to Oahu for specific things too, if you guys just reach out and plan. And that's really, you know, what it comes down to. So yeah, so invite. I don't think we're doing that. Even tonight, the call, you know, I mean, we have to go back to inviting our builders and sharers to this call and reminding people that this call is happening. That was some incredible oily education that Aisha gave us tonight. There's some incredible things happening with doTERRA and new products. So we just need to do a better job, you know? And I think what happens is we make it so big, we make the goal or the task so big instead of just saying, okay, I'm going to start reaching out to a few people every time. Right.
Yeah, you know what, Liza, I just wanted to say, like tonight, I just sat down for like 8 minutes. I mean, that was part of my thing. Like I wanted to make sure I got to talk to 2 or 3 people about the Saturday. Yeah, and I actually called and I only got through to one person, but I was on the phone talking to her about it. And so like she's not gonna come, but she's gonna drop off her daughter that's in the 5th grade, you know, like because that's a student of mine. But it's like if you actually call them, I feel like it's they actually like oh yeah. But we're always texting, right? So I'm trying to make a conscious effort to reach out, actually like stop and call in part of my hour.
So Oahu people, August 19th to 21st, please reach out to me directly if you want to try to schedule something. I will put the event that's on August 20th on the community calendar coming up. And we're working on that tonight. So, all right. I think that's it. Anybody else wanted to share? Okay, well, we will not beat a dead horse. Aisha, thank you so much. That was incredible.
you.
Amanda, thank you so much. That was incredible. As usual, you guys, thank you for showing up for yourselves, for your community, for your businesses. I know that we have a lot going on. School starting, life is back in the swing of things, but we can do this. So slather on that motivate and let's get a crack in. Love you all. Have a great night. Bye.
Night.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Aisha.